Poetry, page 95, on killing a tree. Give Patel, Gieve, Patel, Patel. Give Patel, born 1940, is a practicing physician who lives in Mumbai. He writes poetry, has translated the medieval Gujarati poet XII and is an artist and a playwright. In a conversation with poet Arundhati Subramaniam, he acknowledges, "What motivates most of my creative activity is the need for knowledge. My way of knowing something is by writing or painting. This gives me a sense of having made it on my own." Gibbs Patel writes what may be considered clear conversational poetry, very much in the style of Philip Larkin (1922 to 1985). The British poet who wrote some of his finest poetry in the 50s and the 60s. Patel's poetry is marked by keen observation and irony, and conveys the sense of the ordinary. Every year, Patel conducts a poetry workshop for students of the Rishi Valley. The poem's title, "On Killing a Tree," established irony at the very outset. It is almost as if the act of cutting down a tree becomes a care-motion task. Very evidently, the poem reads at two levels: the first of the meticulous task of killing a tree, the second the perversity and tragedy of the action, that man should systematically destroy the environment. The poet invokes the lyricism in nature's resilience in the first two stanzas. In images of the feeding tree and a healing tree, the following two stanzas create a sense of hunting in the methodical analysis of the execution of a tree. The poet writes in free verse, through fine detail, brilliant image, logical sequence, and conversational essay, the poet brings form and meaning to his poem. It talks much time to kill a tree. Not a simple jab of the knife will do it. Full stop. It has grown, slowly consuming the earth. Next line, rising out of it, feeding. Next line, upon its course, absorbing. Next line, years of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous hide. Next line, sporting leaves. Full stop. Page 96. Next para, so hack and chop. Next line, but this alone won't do it. Full stop. Next line, not so much pain will do it. Full stop. Next line, the blending bark will heal. Next line, and from close to the ground. Next line, will rise curled green twigs, next line, miniature bough, BOUGHS. Next line, which if unchecked will explained again. Next line, to former size, full stop. Next para, no, comma. Next line, the root is to be pulled out, dash. Next line, out of the anchoring earth, comma, bhul, semicolon. Next line, it is to be roped, comma, tied, comma. Next line, and pulled out, dash, snapped out. Next line, or pulled out entirely, comma. Next line, out from the earth, dash, cave, comma. Next line, and the strength of the tree exposed, comma. Next line, the source, comma, white and weight, comma. Next line, the most sensitive, comma, hidden. For next line, for years inside the earth, full stop. Next para, then the matter, next line, obscuring and choking. Next line, in sun and air, comma. Next line, brewing, comma, hardening, comma. Next line, twisting, comma, withering, comma, and then it is done, full stop. নিচে কতগুলো নোট দেওয়া রয়েছে। মিনিয়েচার মানে ভেরি স্মল, a much smaller version. Anchoring earth মানে the roots have sunk in firmly into the earth, thereby securing the tree. Earth cave মানে when the roots are pulled out, the earth around becomes hollow. Then the matter of scorching মানে systematic destruction where nourishment is cut off and the living tree drip up, the cells die and it is died. And then it is done মানে the accomplishment of having killing the tree, full stop. Page 97, exercise A. Tick the right choice. Question number 1. It takes much time to kill a tree. The statement indicates a sense of importance that it takes such effort to kill a tree. B, a sense of irony that it is not a simple task to kill a tree. C, a sense of defeat that it takes time to kill a tree. D, a sense of joy that the tree cannot be easily killed. Question number 2, the observation about the growth of the tree is A, the tree grows slowly. B, the tree does not grow at all. C, the tree grows steadily. D, the tree grows rapidly. Question number 3, the phrase earth cave indicates A, the cave in which the tree was planted. B, the hollow in which the tree grows. C, the earth in which the tree is planted. D, the gaping hole in the earth when the roots are pulled out. Question number 4, in the poem, the killing of a tree is described as A, a healthy exercise. B, a deliberate act. C, a woodcutter's job. D, an innocent act. Question number 5, the poet seems to suggest that in order to kill a tree, A, plucking out all the leaves will do the job. B, some pain will do the job. C, cutting the branches will do the job. D, total destruction of the roots will do the job. Exercise B1. Choose the option that best answers the given question. Question number 1. Where does irony lie in the poem? A, that the killing is almost ceremonial. B, that trees don't die. C, that nature is resilient. D, that man is a killer. Page 98, question number 2. In what form of verse is this poem written in? A, free verse. B, blank verse. C, iambic pentameter. D. Rhythm couplet. Question number 3. On what tone does the poem end? A. An achievement. B. Of tragedy. C. Of joy. D. Of irony. Question number 4. What makes this poem easy to read? A. Conversational essay. B. Subject matter. C. Images. D. Metaphors. Question number 2. Answer in about 300 words. Question number 1. Describe in detail the growth of the tree in the first stanza. Question number 2. How does the tree heal itself? Exercise 3. Question number 1. Read this sentence closely. Now look at the table provides and place the different segments of the sentences in appropriate columns. Sentence A, C and E have been done for you. A. It has grown slowly, consuming the earth. B. Miniature boughs will expand again to former size. C. The poet invokes the lyricism in nature's resilience in the first 2 stanzas. D. Patel conducts a poetry workshop for students every year. E. Mary Combs' spirit is admirable. Page 99. Number A. Subject word eat. Verb has grown. Predicate adverbial qualification slowly consuming the earth. বিটা তোমাদের নিজেদের করতে হবে, সিটা আবার করে দেওয়া আছে সেটা পড়ে দিচ্ছি। সাবজেক্টে হচ্ছে পোয়েট, অ্যাট্রিবিউট সাবজেক্ট ওয়ার্ড হচ্ছে পোয়েট, অ্যাট্রিবিউট হচ্ছে দা, ভার্ব হচ্ছে ইনভোকেজ, প্রেডিকেটে অবজেক্ট হচ্ছে দ্য লিরিসিজম ইন নেচার্স রিসাইলেন্স, আর কমপ্লিমেন্ট কিছু নেই। অ্যাডভার্বিয়াল কোয়ালিফিকেশন হচ্ছে ইন দ্য ফার্স্ট 2 স্ট্যান্ডার্স। ডিটা তোমাদের করতে হবে, ইটা আবার করে দেওয়া আছে। সাবজেক্ট ওয়ার্ড হচ্ছে স্পিরিট, অ্যাট্রিবিউট হচ্ছে ম্যারি কমস, ভার্ব হচ্ছে ইজ, কমপ্লিমেন্ট হচ্ছে অ্যাডমায়ারেবল। কোয়েশ্চেন নাম্বার 2, আইডেন্টিফাই দ্য সেন্টেন্স। সিম্পল, ব্র্যাকেটের মধ্যে 1 সাবজেক্ট প্লাস 1 প্রেডিকেট, ব্র্যাকেট ক্লোজ। কম্পাউন্ড, ব্র্যাকেটের মধ্যে সাবজেক্ট অ্যান্ড প্রেডিকেট প্লাস কনজাংশন প্লাস সাবজেক্ট অ্যান্ড প্রেডিকেটস, ব্র্যাকেট ক্লোজ। কমপ্লেক্স, ব্র্যাকেটের মধ্যে সাবজেক্ট প্লাস প্রেডিকেট ফর্মিং অ্যান ইন্ডিপেন্ডেন্ট ক্লজ প্লাস সাবজেক্ট অ্যান্ড প্রেডিকেট ফর্মিং আ subordinate clause, bracket close. A. He is a poet and is also a translator. B. Patel lives in Mumbai. C. The tree is killed only when the roots are pulled out entirely. D. The bleeding bark will heal. Question number 3. Form sentences from these words and phrases. A. Festival of kites, Shankaranti celebration, Gujarat famous. Bracket A, simple sentence, bracket close. B. Cashier, he came, তার থেকে he saw, তার থেকে he conquered. Bracket A, compound sentence. C. Wonderful time, তার থেকে everyone come together, তারপর ancestral home, ancestor home. Bracket A, complex sentence. Poet on killing a tree এখানেই শেষ হলো। পরবর্তী পোয়েট্রি asleep in the valley পরের ফাইলে। পেজ 100, asleep in the valley, Arthur Rimbaud, ARTHURRIMBAUD. French poet Jean-Nicolas Arthur Rimbaud, bracket A, 1854 থেকে 1891, bracket close, is famously known as the boy poet. He wrote his best poetry between the ages of 16 and 20, after which he stopped writing poetry altogether. He influenced modernist movements such as symbolism, surrealism and Dadaism. He believed in the universal life force that existed at the heart of all matter and drew inspiration from the subconscious. He left his mark on some of the greatest artists of the previous century, to name a few: Pablo Picasso painting, Bob Dylan and Jim Morrison music, and Dylan Thomas and Allen Ginsberg poetry. Rimbaud was the master of technique. He is one of the first poets of write in free verse. Asleep in the Valley is a poem about war. Rimbaud had first-hand experience of war and understood the futility of war. He was a soldier in the Dutch colonial army in 1876. Rimbaud wrote this poem a year later when France was at war with Russia. The poem is a perfect lyric. Rimbaud uses the sonnet from the poem has 2 stanzas of 4 lines each and 2 stanzas of 3 lines each. The Italian sonnet, bracketed also known as the Petrarchan sonnet, bracket close, has 2 divisions. The octave consisting of 8 lines and the sestet consisting of 6 lines. The reader takes in this picture perfect setting in which a young soldier blissfully sleeps. He has a rub shock through when he realizes that this young soldier is a causality of war. Poetry. A small green valley where a slow stream flows. Next line. And leaves long strands of silver on the bright. Next line. Grass, semicolon. From the mountain top stream the sun's, next line, rays, semicolon. They fill the hollow full of light, full stop. Next stanza. A soldier, comma, very young, comma, lies open mouth, comma, next line, a pillow made of foam beneath his head, comma, next line, asleep, semicolon, stretched in the heavy undergrowth, comma, next line, pale in his warm, comma, green, comma, sun-soaked bed, full stop. Page 101. Next para. His feet among the flowers, comma, he sleeps, full stop. His smile, next line, is like an infant's dash, gentle, comma, without guile, full stop. Next line, oh, comma, nature, comma, keep him warm, semicolon, he may catch cold, full stop. Next stanza. The humming insects don't disturb his rest, semicolon. Next line, he sleeps in sunlight, comma, one hand on his breast, semicolon. Next line, at peace, full stop. In his side there are 2 red holes, full stop. Exercise A. Tick the right choice. Question number 1. What is the form used here? A. Ode. B. Haiku, Haiku. C. Sonnet. D. Dramatic monologue. Question number 2. The humming insect don't disturb him because A. He is dead. B. He is peaceful. C. He is a nature lover. D. He is violent. Question number 3. This poem reflects A. The pity of war. B. The glory of war. C. The beauty of the valley. D. The beauty of the soldier. Question number 4. The 2 red holes depict A. Arrow piercings. B. Blood clots. C. Stab marks. D. Bullet wounds. Page 102, question number 5. The soldier's innocence is described through a smile. A. His smile is innocent. B. He is peaceful. C. He is young. D. He sleeps open mouthed. Exercise B. A. Choose the option that best answer is given question 1. What is the theme of this poem? A. The futility of war. B. Celebration of peace. C. Brotherhood of man. D. The valor of soldiers. Question number 2. What kind of poetry does the poet use to drive home the pity of war? A. Lyrical. B. Satirical. C. Rhetorical. D. Epic. Question number 3. The setting of this war goes back to A. World War I. B. World War II. C. The Cold War. D. 1870s Europe. Question number 4. What was Rimbaud's nationality? A. French. B. Dutch. C. German. D. Russian. Page number 103. Question number 2. Answer in about 300 words. Question number 1. How does this picture of the soldier describe the tragedy of war? Explain. Question number 2. Look at the word asleep. What do we normally associate with the word? When does the reader recognize that the soldier is asleep in a different sense? Exercise C. 1. Question number 1. Combine the following pairs of sentences to form simple sentences. A. There is a small green valley. A slow stream flows in the valley. B. The soldier was dead. He was young. C. The sun's rays were bright. They lit up the valley. Question number 2. Combine the same pairs of sentences to form compound sentences. Question number 3. Combine the same pairs of sentences to form complex sentences. Asleep in the valley পোয়েট্রিটি এখানেই শেষ হলো। নেক্সট পোয়েট্রি সনেট 18 পরবর্তী ফাইলে। পেজ 104 সনেট 18 Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare within bracket 1564 to 1616 bracket close remains one of the greatest writers in the English language. Known as the Bard of Avon, Shakespeare is the poet playwright whose work was been translated into every living language. He wrote through the reigns of Queen Elizabeth and King James VI and witnessed the entry of technology into theatre, especially with setting and lighting from Inigo Jones. Shakespeare recreated stories from history and mythology for his contemporaries and articulated the lyricism of the age of his sonnet. The Elizabethans lived their dreams, hopes, desires, anguish, and anxieties, their joys and celebrations, terrors and pain, and cruelty, their love for the land and their sovereignty in Shakespeare's writing. Today, we celebrate his plot, his heroes and heroines, his blank verse, his soliloquies and his asides, his chorus, his island, his forest, and the sheer brilliance of his poetry and his imagination as among the best in world literature. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day is sonnet 18 in Shakespeare's sequence of 154 sonnets. His from of the sonnet 14 lines of iambic pentameter ending in a rhythm couplet is known as the Shakespearean sonnet. It has 3 quatrains followed by a couplet and followed the characteristics rhyme scheme above. Some of themselves that he explores in his sonnets are the ravages of time, the brevity of life and beauty, love, and the timelessness of poetry that can capture beauty and love. In Sonnet 18, Shakespeare captures forever the beauty of this young person in the very form of the poem. The poet therefore believed that the beauty so inscribed in poetry becomes a thing forever. One of the greatest love poems, Sonnet 18, Presumpble, addresses a young man. In the first 4 lines, the poet established the smile and probably the young man's superiority. In the second 4 line, that poet considered the changing face of summer. In the third 4 lines, the poet bestows unchangeability to the young man through poetry. In the final couplet, the poet underlines the eternal beauty of the young man when it becomes inscribed in poetry. Page 105, Poetry. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? ? Next line. Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Full stop. Next line. Rough winds do shake the darling birds of May, next line, and summer's lace hair hath all too short a date. Full stop. Next stanza. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, next line, and often is his gold complexion dimmed, semicolon. Next line, and every fair form fair sometime declines, next line, by chance, or nature's changing course untrimmed, full stop. Next line, next stanza, but the eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possessions of that fair thou ost, OW''ST, semicolon. Next line, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, next line, when in eternal lines to time thou growest, GROW''ST, next line, so long as men can breathe or eyes can see, next line, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee, full stop. নিচে কতগুলো নোট রয়েছে। more temperate মানে the young person is calmer and a lot more moderate than summer that can be extreme, very rough and very hot. Summer's lease মানে summer is very brief. Every fair থেকে untrimmed অবধি এর মানে the beauty of summer decreases. In all probability this appears to be either a matter of changes or nature's neglect that she doesn't quite maintain summer's beauty. That fair thou owest এর মানে the beauty that belongs to you. In eternal line to time grow thou growest এর মানে you will retain your eternal summer through these eternal lines of poetry. With time your beauty will only grow through poetry rather than vanish in the shadow of death. So long lives this. as long as this poem is read, the youth's beauty which is captured in the poem will remain for all time. Page 106, exercise A, tick the right choice. Question number 1, the young person will live A, as long as people read this sonnet, B, as long as men can breathe, C, as long as eyes can see, D, as long as ears can hear. Question number 2, the poet states that summer A is not eternal, B is hot and humid, C is eternal, D is constant. Question number 3, the poet states that fair A is subject to change, B is the opposite of unfair, C can only diminish marginally, D is never subject to change. Question number 4, the eye of heaven refreshed to A, the all-important sun, B, the clouds, C, the poet, D, the young man. Question number 5, death has no control over A, the young person, B, the poet, C, the beauty, D, the poetry. Page 107, exercise B, question number 1, choose the option that best answer the given question. Question number 1, what from the sonnet is this? A, Elizabethan, B, Shakespearean, C, Spenserian, D, Peter Chan. 2. Question number 2, who is the sonnet addressed to? A, a young man, B, Queen Elizabeth, C, a young woman, D, Shakespeare's wife. Question number 3, what is the controlling smile in the poem? A, summer's day, B, eternal summer, C, clouds, D, flowers. Question number 4, how can eternal summer be maintained? A, through poetry, B, through beauty, C, through preservation, D, through conservation. Question number 2, answer in about 300 words. Question number 1, what does the poet compare this young person to? Identify at least 3 qualities that makes the person superior to the smile. Question number 2, state the arguments in the octave and the sestet. Page 108, exercise C, question number 1, the following sentence carry errors, correct the errors. Question A, one of the greatest writers in the English language are William Shakespeare. B, we went to the station to see them away. C, either he or I is right. D, every one of us here have a compassionate heart. E, time and tide waits for no man. Question number 2, split the following sentences into subject and predicate and further label as attribute, object, complementary, adverbial, qualification, and so on. A, the eternal summer shall not fade. B, you are like a summer's day. C, so long as men can hear and eyes can see, this sonnet shall give life to thee. D, the poet established the smile in the first quatrain. 3, combine the following sentences to form complex sentences. A, Danny Bowl was the artist director of the opening ceremony of 2012 Olympics. The ceremony was titled Isles of Wonder. Danny Bowles directly the film Slumdog Millionaires. B, our nation has a rich heritage. What gives us our richness is our cultural, religious, ethnic and linguistic diversity. Question number C, Tagore was a visionary. He is one of India's tallest sons. Sonnet 18, shall I compare thee to a summer's day? পোয়েট্রিটি এখানে শেষ হলো। পরবর্তী পোয়েট্রি দ্য পোয়েট্রি অফ আর্থ পরবর্তী ফাইলে। পেজ 109 দ্য পোয়েট্রি অফ আর্থ জন কিটস। Together with George Gordon Lord Byron and Percy Bysshe Shelley, John Keats 1795 to 1821 formed the younger generation of the Romantic poets. Keats found poetic inspiration in nature. He used sensuous imagery to describe the natural world with care and precision. At the heart of his poetry lay the conviction beauty is truth, truth beauty. That is all we know on earth and all we need to know. In the poetry of Earth is Never Dead, Keats uses the Petrarchan of the sonnet. The octave follows the rhymes scheme Ababa, A-B-B-A-A-B-A, and the setist Sids. Keats uses music as a symbol of poetry. In the octave, he presents the music of summer in the voice of the grasshopper. In the set, he presents the music of winter in the song of the cricket. The music of earth indeed never ceases. It is a continuous celebration through the cycle of seasons. The grasshopper carries the music through the warmth of summer, while the cricket warms the winter frost with its music. Poetry. The poetry of earth is never dead. When all the birds are faint with the hot sun. And next line, and hide in cooling trees, comma, a voice will run. Next line, from hedge to hedge, about the new mown mead, semicolon. Next line, that is the grasshoppers, he talks the lead. Next line, in summer luxury, comma, dash, he has never done. Next line, with his delight, semicolon, for when tried out with fun. Next line, he rests at easy beneath some pleasant weed, full stop. The poetry of next line, the poetry of earth is seasoning never. Next line, on a lone winter evening, comma, when the frost. Next line has the poetry of earth is ceasing never. Next line, on a lone winter evening when the frost. Next line has wrought a silence, comma, from the stove their shrills. Next line, the cricket's song, comma, in warmth increasing ever, comma, next line, and seems to warn in drowsiness half lost, comma, the grasshoppers among some grassy hills, full stop. Page 110, exercise A, tick the right choice. Question number 1, the person believes the cricket is the grasshoppers because A, he has actually seen the grasshoppers in the grassy hills. B, he is drowsy and cannot tell the cricket from the grasshoppers. C, the warmth of the cricket song leads him to imagine the grasshoppers in the hills. Question number 2, the poetry of the earth is never dead because A, nature's music can be heard through all seasons. B, the grasshoppers sign through summer. C, the cricket sign through winter. Question number 3, the sonnet follows the following patterns. A, octave plus sestive. B, 3 quartans plus couplet. C. Sestet plus sestet plus couplet. Question number 4. The symbol used in the poem signify poetry. A. Cricket. B. Grasshopper. C. Music. Question number 5. Keats finds inspiration in A. Poetry. B. Nature. C. Language. Exercise B. Question number 1. Choose the option that best answers the given question. Question number 1. What does Keats celebrate in this poem? A. In this poem, Keats celebrates the music of the earth. B. In this poem, Keats celebrates the grasshoppers. C. In this poem, Keats celebrates the cricket. D. In this poem, Keats celebrates autumn. Page 111. Question number 2. Why does Keats make the voice of the grasshopper and the cricket follow each other? A. Keats make the voice of the grasshopper and the cricket follow each other in order to bring in the cycle of seasons. B. Keats make the voice of the grasshopper and the cricket follow each other in order to show diversity in nature. C. Keats make the voice of the grasshopper and the cricket follow each other in order to prove that music never ceases. D. Keats make the voice of the grasshoppers and the cricket follow each other in order to compare their voice. Question number 3. The poet contrasts summer with frost and then introduce warmth into frost. Why does he do this? A. The poet does this in order to prove that the music of the earth is a constant. B. The poet does this in order to prove that winter is not cruel. C. The poet does this in order to prove the difference in seasons. D. The poet does this in order to prove that the cricket has a better voice. 2. Answer in about 300 words. A. Identify the voice of poetry in the poem. How does Keats establish continuity through these voice? 2. Why does the poet choose the sonnet for his poem? Give reason. Exercise C. 1. Read the passage. Some of the sentence carried errors. Identify them and make the correction. A. What I am looking forward to borrow another metaphor from food, is the biryani session in English. B. In front of my work, I hope readers can sometimes hear the music of Urdu. C. Of course, all these have to do with emotional identification on my part of North Indian Muslim culture, which was steeped in Urdu. D. As I have grown older, have felt the need to identify myself as a North Indian Muslim. E. And I does not feel this culture is necessarily the province of the Muslims, and many non-Muslim Indians can also consider themselves culturally Muslims. Page 112, question number 2. Split the following sentences into subject and predicate. A. This is an essay on secularism. B. What happened in Mumbai and is still happening is atrocious. C. One man's suffering cannot be the cause of another man's celebration. Question number 3. Combine separate sentence into any one simple or compound or complex sentence. A. I am a human rights activist. Full stop. I have to be secular by definition. B. I cannot fight only for Hindus. I am a Hindu. I fight for Muslims. The reason is because I am a Hindu. C. My duty extends beyond my community, my rights also extend beyond it. Poetry, the poetry of art এখানেই শেষ হলো, সঙ্গে পোয়েট্রি পোর্শনও এখানেই শেষ হলো। প্লে পোর্শন পরবর্তী ফাইলে। প্লে দ্য প্রপোজাল, পেজ 115, Anton Chekhov. Anton Chekhov was a Russian physician, author and playwright. He is considered to be among the greatest writers of short stories in history. He was born in January 29, 1860 in Taganrog, Russia, and he died on July 15, 1904 in Baden-Württemberg in Germany. Anton Pavlovich Chekhov is well known for his plays and short stories. He gave his readers insights into the lives of men and women of his time. Sometimes he laughed at their ways, but the laughter was always warm and gentle, and never meant to hurt, even as it made its point through gentle stare. He presented a realistic world in which he studied people's lives, in particular the motive and reasoning that were never out of the open but always played just below the surface. He allowed the reader to sense the mood in little everyday detail on whimsical patterns. Konstantin Stanislavski, actor and theatre director, who went on to produce Chekhov's plays, observed, Chekhov often expressed his thought not in speeches but in pause or between the lines or in replies consisting of a single word. The characters often feel and think things not expressed in the line they speak. The cherry orchard, the seagull, Uncle Vena, and Three Sisters are among his best plays. Gooseberries and The Duel stand out among his short stories. Together with Fyodor Dostoevsky and Leo Tolstoy, Chekhov represent Russia's greatest writers. Henrik Ibsen, August Strindberg, Swedish playwright and novelist, James Joyce, Irish novelist, Virginia Woolf, British novelist, Catherine Mansfield, short story writer from New Zealand, Eugenie O'Neill, American playwright, and George Bernard Shaw, Irish playwright, were among the contemporaries of Chekhov. Chekhov was a practicing physician who first took to write sketches of Russian life in newspaper and magazines in order to support his family. The proposal is a one-act play. It was originally written in Russian. It was first performed in 1890. The play uses farce to laugh at society that believed marriage would bring about economic stability. Nothing else mattered, not personal desires, like or dislikes. The play has three characters. Lomov is in his mid-30s. He can work himself up into extreme states of anxiety. Chubukov is in his 70s and worries about his wealth and his daughter. Natalia is 25, spirited proud and stubborn. The play is set in the rural countryside of Russia. Page 116. Characters. Stefanovich Chubukov, Chubukov, a landowner. Next, Natalia Stefanova, his daughter, 25 years old. Next, Ivan Vasilievich Lomov, a neighbor of Chubukov, a large and hearty but very suspicious landlord. Setting, Chubukov's country house. Page 117. Within bracket, a drawing room in Chubukov's house. Bracket close. Above within bracket, Lomov enters wearing a dress jacket and white gloves. Chubukov rises to meet him. Bracket close. Chubukov, my dear fellow, whom do I see? Ivan Vasilievich. I am extremely glad. Within brackets, squeeze his hand. Bracket close. Now this is a surprise, my darling. How are you? Lomov, thank you. And how may you be getting on? Chubukov, we just get along somehow. My uncle to your prayers and so on. Sit down, please do. Now you know you shouldn't forget all about your neighbors, my darling. My dear fellow, why are you so formal in your get-up? Evening dress, gloves, and so on. Can you be going anywhere, my treasure? Lomov, no, I have come only to see you. Honored Stefanovich Chubukov. Then why are you in evening dress, my precious, as if you were paying a New Year's Eve visit? Lomov, well, you see, it's like this. Within bracket, takes his arm, bracket close. I have come to you, honored Stefanovich, to trouble you with a request. Not once or twice have I already had. Page 118. The privilege of applying to you for help, and you have always, so to speak, I must ask you pardon. I am getting excited. I shall bring some water. Honored Stefanovich Chubukov, bracket A aside, bracket close. He's come to borrow money. Shan't give him any. What is it, my beauty? Lomov, you see, honored Stefanich, I beg pardon, Stefan Honorich, I mean, I am awful excited, as you will please notice. In short, you alone can help me, though I don't deserve it, of course, and haven't any right to count on your assistance. Chubukov, oh, don't go round and round it, darling. Spite it out well. Lomov, one moment, this very minute. The fact is, I have come to ask the hand of your daughter, Natalia Stefanova, in marriage. Chubukov, within bracket, joyfully, bracket close. By Jove, Ivan Vasilievich, say it again, I didn't hear it all. Lomov, I have the honor to ask. Chubukov, within bracket, interrupting, bracket close. My dear fellow, I am so glad, and so on. Yes, indeed, and all the sort of thing. I have been hoping for it for a long time. It's been my continual desire, and I have always loved you, my uncle, as if you were my own son. May God give you both his help and his love and so on. And I did so much hope. What am I behaving in this idiotic way for? I am off my balance with joy, absolutely off my balance. Oh, with all my soul, I will go and call Natasha and all that. Page 119. Lomov, within bracket, greatly moved, bracket close. Honored Stepanovich, do you think I may count on her consent? Chubukov, why, of course, my darling aunt, as if she won't consent. She is in love, she is like a love-sick cat, and so on. Shalt be long. Bracket A, exist. Lomov, it's good. I am trembling all over, just as if I do got an examination before me. The great thing is I must have my mind made up. If I give myself time to think, to hesitate, to talk a lot, to look for an ideal or for real love, then I will never get married. It's called Natalia Stepanovna is an excellent housekeeper, not bad looking, well educated. What more do I want? But I am getting a noise in my ears from excitement brings, and it's impossible for me not to marry in the first place. I am already 35, critical age, so to speak. In the second place, I ought to lead a quiet and regular life. I suffer from palpitations. I am existable and always getting away full upset. At this very moment, my lips are trembling and there's twitched in my right eyebrow. But the very worst of all is the way I sleep. I no sooner get into bed and begin to go off when suddenly something is my left side gives a pull and I can feel it in my shoulder and head. I jump up like a lunatic, walk about a bit and lie down again, but as soon as I begin to get off to sleep, there's another pull, and this may happen 20 times. Page 120, within bracket, Natalia Stepanova comes in, bracket close. Natalia Stepanovna. Well, there, it's you and Papa said, go, there's a merchant come for his goods. How do you do, Ivan Vasilievich? Lomov, how do you do, honored Natalia Stepanovna? Natalia Stepanovna, you must excuse my apron and negligee were selling peas for drying. Why haven't you been here for such a long time? Sit down. Within bracket, they sit themselves, bracket close. Won't you have some lunch? Lomov, no, thank you. I have had some already. Natalia Stepanovna, then smoke. Here are the matches. The weather is splendid now, but yesterday it was so wet that the workmen didn't do anything all day. How much hay have you stacked? Just think, I felt greedy and had a whole field cut, and now I am not at all phased about it because I am afraid my hay may rot. I ought to have waited a bit, but what this? Why, you're in evening dress. Well, I never. Are you going to a ball or what? Though I must say you look better. Tell me, why are you got up like that? Lomov, within bracket, excited, bracket close. You see, honored Natalia Stepanovna, the fact is, I have made up my mind to ask you to hear me out. Of course, you will be surprised and perhaps even angry, but it's a wayful cold. Natalia Stepanovna, what's the matter? Within bracket, pause, bracket close. Well, Lomov, I shall try to be brief. You must know, honored Natalia Stepanovna, that I have long since my childhood, page 121, in fact, had the privilege of knowing your family, my late aunt and her husband, from whom, as you know, I inherited my land, always had the greatest respect for your father and your late mother. The Lomovs and the Chubukovs have always had the most friendly and I might almost say the most affectionate regard for each other. And as you know, my land is a near neighbor of yours. You will remember that my oxen meadows touch your breeches. Natalia Stepanovna, excuse my interrupting you. You say my oxen meadows, but are they yours? Lomov, yes, mine. Natalia Stepanovna, what are you talking about? Oxen meadows are ours, not yours. Lomov, no, mine. Honored Natalia Stepanovna. Well, I never knew that before. How do you make that out? Lomov, how? I am speaking of those oxen meadows which are wedged in between your breechwood and the Barnett marsh. Natalia Stepanovna, yes, they are ours. Lomov, no, you are mistaken. Honored Natalia Stepanovna, there's mine. Natalia Stepanovna, just think, Ivan Vasilevich, how long have they been yours? Page 122, Lomov, how long? As long as I can remember. Natalia Stepanovna, really? You won't get me to believe that? Lomov, but you can see from the documents, honored Natalia Stepanovna, oxen meadows, it's true, were once the subject of dispute, but now everybody knows that they are mine. There's nothing to argue about. You see, my aunt's grandmother gave the free use of these meadows in perpetuity on the present of your father's grandfather, in return for which they were to make bricks for her. The present belonging to your grandfather had the free use of the meadows for 40 years and had got into the habit of regarding them as their own when it happened that. Natalia Stepanovna, no, it isn't at all like that. Both my grandfather and great-grandfather great-grandfather recorded that their land extended to Barnett Marsh, which means that oxen meadows were ours. I don't see what there is to argue about. It's simply silly. Lomov, I will show you the documents. Natalia Stepanovna, no, you're simply joking. or making fun of me. What a surprise. We have had the land for nearly 300 years and then we are suddenly told that it isn't ours. Even Vasilevich, I can hardly believe my own ears. These meadows aren't worth much to me. They only come to 5 descents and are worth perhaps 300 rubles, but I can't stand unfairness. Say what you will, but I can't stand unfairness. Page 123, Lomov. Hear me out, I implore you. The present of your father's grandfather, as I have already had the honor of explaining to you, used to bake bricks for my aunt's grandmother. Now, my aunt's grandmother, wishing to make them a pleasant. Natalia Stefanovna, I can't make head or tail of all this about aunts and grandfathers and grandmothers. The meadows are ours and that's all. Lomov, mine. Natalia Stepanovna, ours. You can go on proving it for 2 days or on end. You can go and put on 15 dress jackets, but I tell you there's ours and ours. I don't want anything of yours and I don't want to give up anything of mine, so there. Lomov, Natalia Ivanovna, I don't want the meadows, but I am acting on principle. If you like, I will make you a present of them. Natalia Stefanovna, I can make you a present of them myself because they are mine. Your behavior, even Vasilevich, is strange, to say the least. Up to this, we have always thought of you as a good neighbor, a friend. Last year, we lent you our threshing machine. Page 124. Although on that account we had to put off our own threshing till November, but you behave to us as if we were gypsies, giving me my own land indeed. No, really that's not at all neighborly. In my opinion, it's even impudent, if you want to know. Lomov, then you make out that I am a land grabber? Madam, never in my life have I grabbed anybody else's land, and I shan't allow anybody to accuse me of having done so. Oxen meadows are mine. Natalia Stepanovna, it's not true, they're ours. Lomov, mine. Natalia Stepanovna, it's not true. I will prove it. I will send my mowers out to the meadows this very day. Lomov, what? Natalia Stepanovna, my mowers will be there this very day. Lomov, I will give it to them in the neck. Natalia Stepanovna, you dare. Lomov, oxen meadows are mine, you understand, mine. Page 125, Natalia Stepanovna, please don't shout, you can shout yourself, ours in our own house. But here I must ask you to restrain yourself. Lomov, if it wasn't, madam, for this awful, excruciating palpitation, if my whole instinct wasn't upset, I would talk to you in the different way. Oxen meadows are mine. Natalya Stefanovna, ours. Lomov, mine. Stefanovna, ours. Lomov, mine. Enter Chubukov. Chubukov, what's the matter? What are you shouting at? Natalya Stefanovna, Papa, please tell this gentleman who owns Green Meadows, we or he? Chubukov, within bracket to Lomov, bracket close, darling, the meadows are ours. Lomov, but please, Stefanich, how can they be yours? Do be a reasonable man. My aunt's grandmother gave the meadows for the temporary and free use of your grandfather's presence. The Placians used the land for 40 years and got as accustomed to it as if it was their own. When it happened that, page 126, Chubukov, excuse me, my precious, you forget just this, that the present didn't play your grandmother and all that, because the meadows were in dispute and so on. And now everybody knows that there's ours. It means that you haven't seen the plan. Lomov, I will prove to you that there's mine. Chubukov, you won't prove it, my darling. Lomov, I shall. Chubukov, dear one, why yell like that? You won't prove anything just by yelling. I didn't want anything of yours and don't intend to give up what I have. Why should I? And you know, my beloved, that if you propose to go on arguing about it, I would much sooner give up the meadows to the present than to you there. Lomov, I don't understand. How have you the right to give away somebody else's property? Chubukov, you may take it that I know whether I have the right or not, because, young man, I am not used to being spoken to in that tone of voice and so on. I, young man, am twice your age and ask you to speak to me without agitating yourself and all that. Lomov, no, you just think I am a fool and want to have me on. You can my land yours. You call my land yours, and then you want me to talk to you calmly and politely. Good neighbors don't behave like that. Stepanich, you are not a neighbor, you are a grabber. পরবর্তী অংশ পরবর্তী ফাইলে। আগের ফাইলের কন্টিনিউয়েশন পৃষ্ঠা ভুল। আগের ফাইলের কন্টিনিউয়েশন পেজ 127. Chubukov, what's that? What did you say? Natalia Stepanovna, Papa sent the mowers out to the meadows at once. Chubukov, what did you say, sir? Natalia Stepanovna, oxen meadows are ours, and I shall not give them up, shall not give them up, shall not give them up. Lomov, well, see, I will have the matter taken to court and then I will show you. Chubukov, to court? You can take it to court and all that. You can. I know you. You're just on the lookout for a chance to go to court and all that. You pettifogger, all your people were like that, all of them. Lomov, never mind about my people. The Lomov have all been honorable people, and not one has ever been tried for embezzlement like your grandfather. Chubukov, you Lomovs have had lunacy in your family, all of you? Natalia Stefanovna, all. Chubukov, your grandfather was a drunkard and your younger aunt, Natasha Mihailovna, ran away with an architect, and so on. Page 128, Lomov. And your mother was humpbacked. Something pulling in my side, my head, help, water. Chubukov. Your father was a guzzling gambler. Natalia Stefanovna. And there haven't been many backbeaters to equal your aunt. Lomov. My left foot has gone to sleep. You are an integer, oh my heart, and it's an open secret that before the last elections you bury, I can see stars. Where's my hat? Natalia Stefanovna, it's low, it's dishonest, it's mean. Chubukov, and you're just a malicious, double-faced integer. Yes. Lomov. Here's my heart. Which way? Where's the door? Oh, I think I am dying. My foot quite numb. Within bracket, goes to the door. Bracket close. Chubukov. Within bracket, following him. Bracket close. And don't set foot in my house again. Natalia Stefanovna. Take it to court. We will see. Page 129. Within bracket, Lomov stages out. Bracket close. Chubukov. Devil take him. Natalia Stefanovna. What a rascal. What trust can one have in one's neighbor after that? Chubukov. The villain. The scarecrow. Natalia Stefanovna. The monster. First he take our land and then he has the impudence to abuse us. Chubukov. And that blind hen. Yes, that turnip ghost has the confounded cheek to make a proposal, and so on. What a proposal? Natalia Stefanovna. What proposal? Chubukov. Why, he came here so as to propose to you. Natalia Stefanovna. To propose to me? Why didn't you tell me so before? Chubukov. So he dresses up in evening clothes, the stuffed sausage, the wizen-faced farm. Natalia Stefanovna. To propose to me? Oh, fall into any easy chair and wells. Bring him back. Oh, bring him here. Chubukov. Bring home here? Natalia Stefanovna. Quick. I am ill. Fetch him. Page 130. Chubukov. What's that? What's the matter with you? Oh, unhappy man that I am. I will shoot myself. I am hanged myself. Natalia Stefanovna. I am dying. Fetch him. Chubukov. At once. Don't yell. Within bracket, runs out a pause. Natalia Stefanovna wails. Bracket close. Natalia Stefanovna. What have they done to me? Fetch him back. Fetch him. Within bracket, Chubukov runs in. Bracket close. Chubukov. He is coming, and so on. Devil take him. Oof. Talk to him yourself. I don't want to. Natalia Stefanovna. Fetch him. Chubukov. He is coming. I tell you. Oh, what a burden, Lord, to be the father of a grown-up daughter. I am cut my throat. I will indeed. We crushed him, abused him, drove him out, and it's all you. You. Natalia Stefanovna. No, it was you. Chubukov. I tell you, it's not my fault. Now you talk to him yourself. Exist. Within bracket, Lomov enters exhausted, bracket close. Lomov, my heart's palpitating awfully, my foot's gone to sleep, there's something keeps pulling in my side. Page 131, Natalia Stefanovna, forgive us, even Vasilievich, we were all a little hearted. I remember now, oxen meadows really are yours. Lomov, my heart is beating away full, my meadows, my eyebrows are both twitching. Natalia Stefanovna, the meadows are yours, yes, yours. Do sit down. We were wrong. Lomov, I did it on principle. My land is worth little to me, but the principle. Natalia Stefanovna, yes, the principle. Just so. Now let's talk of something else. Lomov, the more so as I have evidence my aunt's grandmother gave the land to your father's grandfather's peasants. Natalia Stefanovna, yes, let that pass. Within bracket, aside, bracket close. I wish I knew how to get him straightened. Are you going to start shooting soon? Lomov, I am thinking of having a go. Honored Natalia Stefanovna, after the harvest. Oh, have you heard? Just think of what a misfortune I have had. My dog Guesses, whom you know has gone lame. Natalia Stefanovna, what's a pity? Why, Lomov, I don't know, must have got twisted or bitten by some other dog. My very best dog, to say nothing of these expense. I gave Mironov 125 rubles for him. Page 132, Natalia Stefanovna, it was too much, even Vasilievich. Lomov, I think it was very cheap. He is a first-rate dog. Natalia Stefanovna, Papa gave 85 rubles for a squeezer, and squeezer is he better than goose. Lomov, squeezer better than goose. What an idea! Squeezer better than goose. Natalia Stefanovna, of course he is better. Of course Squeezer is young. He may develop a bit, but on points and prides he is better than anything that even Volkanistiki has got. Lomov, excuse me, Natalia Stefanovna, but you forget that he is observant, and on overshoot always means the dog is a bad hunter. Natalia Stefanovna, overshot is he. The first time I heard it. Lomov, I assure you that his lower jaw is shorter than the upper. Natalia Stefanovna, have you measured? Lomov, yes, he will all right at following, of course, but if you want him to get hold of anything. Page 133, Natalia Stefanovna. In the first place, our squeezer is the thoroughbred animal, the son of harness and chisels, while there's no getting at the pedigree of your dog at all. He is old and as ugly as a worn-out cab horse. Lomov, he is old, but I wouldn't take 5 squeezer for him. Why, how can you guess is a dog? As for squeezer, well, it's too funny to argue. Anybody you like has a dog as good as squeezer. You may find them under every bus. Almost 25 ruble would be a handsome price to pay for him. Natalia Stefanovna, there's some demon of contradiction in you today, Ivan Vasilievich. First you pretend that the meadows are yours. Now that guesses is better than squeezer. I don't like people who don't say what they mean, because you know perfectly well that squeezer is 100 times better than your silly guesses. Why do you want to say it isn't? Lomov, I see, Natalia Stefanovna, that you consider me either blind or a fool. You must realize that squeezer is overshot. Natalia Stefanovna, it's not true. Lomov, he is. Natalia Stefanovna, it's not true. Lomov, why shout, madam? Page 134. Natalia Stefanovna, why talk rot? It's awful. It's time your gazes was shot and you compare with him with squeezer. Lomov, excuse me, I can't continue this discussion. My heart is palpitating. Natalia Stefanovna, I have noticed that those hunters argue most who know least. Lomov, madam, please be silent. My heart is going to pieces. Shut up. Natalia Stefanovna, I shall not shut up until you acknowledge that squeezer is 100 times better than your guesses. Lomov, 100 times worse. Hang your squeezer, his head, eyes, soldier. Natalia Stefanovna, there's no need to hang your silly guess. He's half dead already. Lomov weeps. Shut up. My heart's bursting. Natalia Stefanovna, I shall not shut up. Enter Chubukov. Chubukov, what's the matter now? Natalia Stefanovna, Papa, tell us truly, which is the better dog, our squeezer or his geezers? Lomov, Stepanovich, I implore you to tell me just one thing. Is your squeezer overshot or not? Yes or no? Chubukov, and suppose he is, what does it matter? He is the best dog in the district for all that, and so on. Page 135. Lomov, but isn't my gooses better? Really now? Chubukov, don't excite yourself, my precious one. Allow me. Your gooses certainly has his good points. His purebred form on his feet has well spring ribs and all that. But my dear man, if you want to know the truth, that dog has two defects. He is old and he is short in the muzzle. Lomov, excuse me, my heart. Let's take the facts. You will remember that on the Murusenki hunts, my gooses ran neck and neck with the count's dog, while your squeezy was left behind. Chubukov, he got left behind because the count's whipper hit him with his whip. Lomov, and with good reason. The dogs are running after a fox when squeezer goes and start worrying a sheep. Chubukov, it's not true, my dear fellow. I am very liable to lose my temper, and so just because of that, let's stop arguing. You started because everybody is always jealous of everybody else's dogs. Yes, we are all like that. You too, sir, aren't blameless. You no sooner notice that some dog is better than your geese than you begin with this, that, and the other, and all that. I remember everything. Lomov, I remember too. Chubukov, I remember too. What do you remember? Lomov, my heart, my foot's gone to Sleep, I can't. Page 136, Natalia Stefanovna. My heart, what sort of a hunter are you? You ought to go and lie on the kitchen oven and catch black beetles, not go after foxes, my heart. Chubukov, yes, really, what sort of a hunter are you anyway? You ought to sit at home with your palpitations and not to tracking animals. You could go hunting, but you only go to argue with people and interfere with their dogs and so on. Let's change the subject in case I lose my temper. You are not a hunter at all anyway. Lomov, and are you a hunter? You only go hunting to get in with the count and to integrate. Oh, my heart, you are an integrator. Chubukov, what? I am integrator? Shout, shut up. Lomov, integrator. Chubukov, boy. Lomov, old rat. Jesuit. Chubukov, shut up or I will shout you like a partridge, you fool. Lomov, everybody knows that. Oh, my heart, your late wife used to beat you. My feet, temples, sparkles, I fall. Chubukov, and you were under the slipper of your housekeeper. Lomov, there, my heart's burst. My soldiers come off. Where is my soldiers? I die. A doctor. And they bracket a fence. Page 137, Chubukov, boy, milk shop, fool, I am sick, drinks water, chic. Natalia Stefanovna, what sort of a hunter are you? You can even sit on a horse. To her father, Papa, what's the matter with him? Papa, look, Papa, screams, even Vasilievich, he's dead. Chubukov, I am sick. I can't breathe air. Natalia Stefanovna, he is dead. Pulls Lomov sobs. Even Vasilievich, what have you done to me? He is dead. Fall into an armchair. A doctor. Chubukov, oh, what is it? What's the matter? Natalia Stefanovna, he is dead. Chubukov, who's dead? So he is, my word, water, a doctor. Drink this. No, he doesn't drink. It means he is dead and all that. I am the most unhappy of men. Why don't I put a bullet into my brain? Why haven't I cut my throat yet? What am I waiting for? Give me a knife, give me a pistol. Within bracket, Lomov moves, bracket close, he seems to be coming round, drink some water, that's right. Lomov, I see stars, mist, where am I? Chubukov, hurry up and get married and well, to the devil with you. She is willing and all that. I give you my blessing and so on. Only leave me in peace. Page 138, Lomov, getting up. Yeah, what? To whom? Chubukov, she is willing, well, kiss and be damned to you. Natalia Stefanova, Wells, he is alive. Yes, I am willing. Chubukov, kiss each other. Lomov, yeah, kiss whom? They kiss. Very nice too. Excuse me, what it all about? Oh, now I understand. My heart stirs. I am happy. Natalia Stefanovna, kiss her hand. My foot's gone to sleep. Natalia Stefanovna, I am happy too. Chubukov, what a weight of my soldiers off. Natalia Stefanovna, but still you will admit now that gaze is worse than squeezer. Lomov, better. Natalia Stefanovna, worse. Chubukov, well, that's a way that start your family bliss. Have some champagne. Lomov, he is better. Natalia Stefanovna, worse. Chubukov, within bracket, trying to shout her down, bracket close, champagne. Curtain. The play, the proposal, এখানেই শেষ হলো। একই সঙ্গে মাইন্ডস্কেপ হায়ার সেকেন্ডারি ইংলিশ সিলেকশন ইংলিশ বি বইটি এখানেই শেষ হলো।